Good day, sir. I'm Maria Norendi Mabilis from BSHM 3P. Now I will answer the oral question number 17 to 26. Number 17 question. Give 3 examples of housekeeping requests that may be made by the guest. Number 1. Extra pillows, extra blankets, and iron and ironing board. Number 18 question. Why it is important to advise the guest how long requests may be completed. It because guests maybe have no experience on how to use properly the item that may cause damage, and so that why it is important to give them an advice and assisting on how to use the item properly. Number 19 question. Give 2 instances in which a housekeeper may liaise with another staff to help deliver a service requested by the hotel guest. Coordination with the front office. Rooms are of the chief concern to the front office and the housekeeping department. It is important for the departments to continuously exchange information on room status. The front office must provide a list for the expected arrivals and departures for the day in advance, and notify housekeeping of actual arrivals and departure as and when they occur. The second one, instances, coordination with the maintenance department. While carrying of their scheduled work, housekeeping employees may find some deficiencies in the hotel facilities, such as faulty electrical plugs, drifting faucets, leaking or malfunction of air conditioning units or the system. It needs for the urgent repair is reported to the maintenance over telephone, and these requests are usually dealt with promptly if the report between the 2 departments is good. Number 20 question. Why it is useful to demonstrate how to use an item requested by the guest as opposed to just delivering it to the guest room. It is very important to assist the guests on how to use the item properly and enjoy of using in their room. While demonstrating it, it should be clear and concise. The word we use fully understand, and the guests will be able to perform the task themselves. Number 21 question. The guest asks for the number of the maintenance department. Are you going to give it to them, or are you going to ask them if there is a room concern? Why? I will ask the guest if there is a room concern, and then I will call the maintenance department, and I will not give the number of the maintenance to the guest because it is the confidential information about in the hotel, and it is the privacy of everyone working at the hotel. Number 22 question. Give 3 examples of suspicious or dangerous circumstances you would report to management when providing a housekeeping services to the guest. Number 1. If the guest check in and you feel he or she is uncomfortable with action, like he or she is nervously and anxious. And second one is when the person left suspicious bag somewhere inside the hotel. And the third one is the housekeeping found a weapon, explosive devices, and drugs in the room. Number 23. What are the examples of inappropriate behavior that an employee must be aware of? Example of inappropriate behavior. Number 1 is aggressive, rude, and antisocial behavior by the patrons or a member of the public. And number 2, people arguing with the other staff. Number 3, people who swear or use any form of abusive language like racist or sexist term. And person committing an act of violence in the venue, and also with the patrons who are intoxicated in the premises. Ways to respond for their inappropriate behavior. Number 1 is escorting person away from the area or out of the venue. Number 2, moving closer to a situation and looking in the direction of those involved. And number 3, having a word with those involved and asking them politely to modify their behavior and further language. And advising patrons of what is expected and acceptable. Number 5, communicating with control room or supervisor and informing them of the developments, including the seeking permission to act, seeking advice on what to do, and requesting backup. Number 24, give example of areas that are considered unsecured. Areas which should be closed but are open, areas which should be locked but are unlocked, areas where windows should be closed and are locked but are open or unlocked, areas where alarms should be activated but they are not, areas where lighting is on when it should be off, and areas where lighting is off when it should be on, and areas which present a tempting target to the for thieves or other illegal activity. Number 25 question. What are the actions to take when handling a suspicious package? Number 1, do not touch it, then leave it alone. Number 2, make immediate local inquiries to see if you can identify the owner. Number 3, phone the police and report the finding and stay on the line until told to hang up, and evacuate people from the immediate area. And number 5, turn off anything likely to trigger an explosion such as cell phone and electronic devices. And for the last question, number 26, what is the golden rule when it comes to handling bomb threats? The golden rule when it comes to handling bomb threats, it is always a genuine emergency. It is not your job to determine whether or not a bomb threat is a hoax. That's all, sir. Thank you and God bless.